back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Phi and Golf. Now, of course, like I said, we're going to update you a little bit on the situation in terms of the floods and such. Now, at this point, you probably have heard of the tropical storm named Wutip by now. There has been a report already that is set is already reached or arrived in our neighboring country already in Vietnam yesterday. Now today they say that it's going to reach Thailand because as of yesterday it is only the center of the storm itself was actually 350 kilometers away from Nakhon Phanom province of Thailand. So that means that today they believe that it will arrive in Nakhon Phanom province, and that will create quite a bit of downpour exactly in the east as well as the northeast and the north of the country. So brace for that. At this point they say that 13 provinces altogether that have to brace for this particular storm. Now I'm just going to name a few of them. Nakhon Phanom most definitely, because that's where it's the closest, and มุกดาหาร กาฬสินธุ์ หนองคาย บึงกาฬ สกลนคร อุดรธานี หนองบัวลำพู เลย ขอนแก่น ชัยภูมิ พิษณุโลก as well as เพชรบูรณ์ So if you in those areas, make sure that you listen to the news very closely. If you do not want to take a chance, I would suggest that remove all your belongings up to the second floor just to be safe. Now, at this point, the irrigation department has already come out and talked about the fact that Pa Sak Cholasit Dam has already actually overflown 107% of the water. So obviously it's already past the 100% capacity. So at this point, there has been a report that the irrigation department will have to release some of the water from Pa Sak Cholasit Dam. That means that it will actually be released past through Param Hok Dam, which is around the area of Saratburi province as well as Pranakon Si Ayutthaya province that will have to brace for this. So if you in Saratburi and Pranakon Si Ayutthaya, once again, remove your belongings up to the second floor because you're going to have to brace for that. The irrigation department promised that they will try to do it slowly. However, due to the fact that it's already past the 100% capacity, that means that they will have no choice but to release some of these particular water, because even if they don't open up the sluice gate or release the water from the dam, it's going to overflow anyway. So be very, very careful. At this point, the Prime Minister has already cancel almost all of her activities and such that was supposed to be done, and they say that at this point she's gonna go to Ubon Ratchathani as well as Sisakhet provinces to take a look at all the flood situation in that area. And obviously there was a report of the House Speaker from New Zealand coming to visit as well, so she's gonna welcome the House Speaker, but obviously, the other activities will have to wait for now because she's going to have to go into the area and look for this. And of course, the meteorological department as well as Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation has already said that the situation will worsen. So be very careful. For example, in Pissanulok province, there already has been another report of a 6-year-old boy that sneaked out of the house to just swim in the river, and obviously due to the flash flood in the area and strong current, he was disappeared, and the rescue team did not find his body until later on, and it was too late. So once again, I have to say this: be very, very careful, because the thing is, once it happened, is almost nothing else you can do at that point,
especially with the little kids.
Exactly. And even for adults and such, they actually has been a lot of waterfalls has already have to close down, saying that they're not open for business due to the fact that once it happened, flash flood hit pretty hard. But obviously Pranakon Si Ayutthaya province seems to be bracing for a lot of flood, especially in the area around the World Heritage sites, because they don't want to see another repeat of what we have seen earlier before. But the Bangkok governor, Kun Mom Ratchawong Sukumpath Borapat, has already came out and said that we're not gonna see Bangkok will be safe. That's what he said.
All right.
From flooding. So it's not going to be as bad. Obviously, they try their best to make sure that the situation is under control. But still, be very careful, listen to news closely, and we'll give you updates from time to time.
Yeah, I've got an unconfirmed reports from a friend on Facebook at around 10 p.m. last night that an embankment in Nakhon Sawan province has collapsed, causing the flood water to get into the community, and people there have to evacuate it urgently in the middle of the night.
All right, so be very careful.
Especially the impact of Typhoon Wutip.
Yes.
Because this afternoon they said that they expected heavy downpours in certain parts of Bangkok and also in provinces as well.
Exactly.
Now, there's a case yesterday that the Bangkok South Criminal Court has ruled after a few years, 6 years already. The incident happened between October of the 6th to the 8th of 2007, where 10 former policemen had committed a crime, and yesterday they were sentenced to 10 years imprisonment each for conspiring to accuse the 4 officers of Narcotics Suppression Bureau of drug charges and also holding them captive for ransom.
Ooh.
The court said that from the evidence of an incident between October 6 to 8, 2007, the gang members comprising of these 10 former policemen, also another 2 which are still at large. They told the victims that they were wanted on drug charges and abducted them and also extorted false confession from them and also demanded a ransom of 2 million baht. The victims was held at the Ari residence in Bangkok, and the court convicted police captain Nathonithi Wanit, the leader of the gang, and 9 others of his gang members. Of this, however, 3 of them, including police captain Nat, confessed to the crime, and their sentences were cut by half. The others who were in court also had their jail terms reduced, citing the report that 1/3 they providing useful testimony, therefore their jail terms had been reduced by 1/3. And the court also ordered this particular group to together pay 100,000 baht in compensation plus 7.5% interest starting from the day of the crime to each of the victims. Now, all the convicted men have been dismissed from the police force unit already. This is the case that shows once again the Thai policemen, they still get away from the crime that they committed anyway.
That is sad.
On what grounds that their sentences have been reduced by half?
Yeah.
Well, I know that the court said that they confessed to the crime. However,
it's still, I know.
It shows some privileges, right?
Exactly. And that's the thing, like, I think we have been scrutinized a lot and criticized a lot for the fact that a lot of crimes that takes place in Thailand seems to be a lot more lenient if you know certain people and if you have enough money. I mean, it happens elsewhere too, but it's not as open as it seems here. Now to the last news, just to not last news, excuse me, another interesting news to in this particular break. At least this one you will find justice and peace of mind. Apparently there has been a crime that committed 19 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, 19 years ago. And it took place in Tokyo. However, the person, the killer, the murderer, he's actually Thai. Now, in Tokyo 19 years ago, in Toshima district of Tokyo, there has been a report of a murder. Megumi Awaji is a victim, and she was actually stabbed and killed using a towel as well as electrical wire around her neck until she passed away. And they say that this particular person, Kun Wirasak Iempongsa, he was actually committed this particular murder. He said that, according to his confession, he said that they were working together in a karaoke bar in Tokyo. However, there has been a little bit of a conflict with money and such. So he committed this particular crime, and they say that he was actually ran away for 19 years. They could not contact him or even know of his whereabouts. However, they were able to arrest him finally in Nakhon Si Thammarat province, just right where he was about to board a bus. I'm not quite sure where he's heading to. However, the police said that the crime normally has about 20 years before it's expired, the case. However, since this actually he's been caught before the crime is expired, at this point the court has already sentenced him, giving him a sentence of 18 years in prison. And they say that unfortunately there's no extradition, there's no agreement
treaty
between Thailand and Japan. So that means that he's probably going to serve his jail term right here in Thailand. But still, at this point, they say that due to the fact that he already confessed, they said that they will actually reduce the sentence, and they say that it's going to be reduced to 9 years. So, but at this point, this is still one of the cases that they're not sure whether or not it's definitely going to be just 9 years, because probably a little bit more. But at this point, the court has said that he is arrested after running away for so many years. But it's a good news. At least I think it's going to give a peace of mind to the victim's family anyway, because obviously he has been ran away and get away with this crime for
quite a long time.
19 years is all. That's the thing. If we didn't catch him on time, that's mean that he's probably will get away with this. Because like I said, I
think he was expecting that the case might be expired.
Yeah, he was hoping for that. I'm pretty sure, but well, he got arrested.
Now, speaking about the extradition treaty, that's the Thai suspect that committed a crime abroad. And speaking about Thailand as a safe haven, there's a hackers gang from China that has been in hiding in Thailand this recent week, and that was
seems to be, quite popular among criminals, unfortunately.
A high-profile arrest yesterday. Police Lieutenant General Panu Ket Lapon, the Director General of the Police Immigration Bureau, has held a press conference about the arrest of a hackers gang from China, including 5 suspects aged between 21 to 26, along with around 10 cell phones and 2 notebook computers that were arrested at SAF residence Sukhumvit 50 in Klong Toi district of Bangkok, according to an arrest warrant from the Chinese government. Police Lieutenant General Panu said that they were contacted from the police in China to arrest these gangs, including 6 members that committed a crime. They were sending the emails to businesses and factories in China, to businessmen in China, threatening them that they will be sending the virus-infected emails to their system, to their email, that will destroy their system, their computer information and secret data if they were not willing to pay them their money.
Really? You can do that?
And they did that before. So there were some businessmen that has been fall into this particular trick of this hackers gang. So businessmen in China have reported to authority there, and police in China have contacted Thai authority after realizing that this particular gang have fled to Thailand already, and they were rented a residence at SAF residence in Bangkok and also the Thanatawi place on Ratchada Pisek Road. So they were planning a raid, and an arrest were made. However, one of the gang member was able to flee, Mr. Jing Sui. Now all their visas have been revoked, and this particular gang members will be extradited to serve their sentences in China. later on.
Okay, so they're not going to be served their sentences right here in Thailand,
No.
but they will get sent to China. All right. Well, at least, make it a lot harder for them to actually do their business here. That's a good news, because the thing is, we don't want to be known as a safe haven for criminals, that's for sure. All right, let's take another short break, but when we come back, we have updates on the election commissioner and, of course, the whole situation in the parliaments and see what happens. So please stay tuned.